Welcome back. This is lesson 19, sessions 3 and 4. They've been combined together for this particular lesson. We are still working with expressions and identifying equivalent expressions, and we also want to start looking at combining like terms. We did a little bit of that in the preview for this week, but we want to continue that and practice. So we're going to start off with a word problem. It says Ryan is making papel picado as decorations for his aunt's wedding. The receipt, it's over here, um, shows how much tissue paper he bought. Each small package holds X sheets, and each large package holds Y sheets. Write an expression with exactly 3 terms to represent the total number of sheets of tissue paper Ryan bought. So, in this particular instance, I would just manipulate the receipt. So I would look over and I would say, okay, gold tissue paper, he bought 2 large packages. And it says that the large packages hold an unknown amount of sheets. And we want to know how many sheets all together. So if we have 2 of that unknown amount, then if we were to multiply that together, 2 times that unknown, and this is a large package, so the unknown is a Y. We see that from our problem, right? So if I multiply that together, it would give me how many gold tissue papers I have. All right. If you hear giggling in the background, I am at home recording this video and my daughter is in the next room. So I apologize if that is distracting. So then we have blue tissue paper, and that's 3 small packages. If we look back at our problem, it says each small package holds X sheets. So small is X, right? And we have 3 of those. So if we take the 3 and multiply it times the number of sheets that come in a small package, then we would find out how many sheets we have there. Then green tissue paper, 1 large package. You can write 1 Y, but it's not necessary. The 1 is implied in front of the variable. Then we have purple tissue paper, 2 small packages, so 2 times the number inside of a small package. And then 4 sheets of pink. So that already has our sheets. It's not a package, it is 4 sheets. So that 4 is a constant there by itself. So from there, we can say, okay, are there any like terms that I can put together? And when we talked about like terms before, we said that they have to have the same variable, or they both have to have no variable. Well, in this case, I have a 2Y and a Y. And I want the total, so I'm adding those together. So 2Y plus Y would give me 3Y. Then I have X, 3X, and 2X. 3X plus 2X, because I'm wanting a total, right? 3X plus 2X is going to be 5X. And then I have my constant there all by its lonesome that I would need to include in this expression. So, looking back at this, I need to make sure that I have written an expression with 3 terms. 1, 2, 3. I have an expression with 3 terms. So I have combined like terms to create an expression that represents the total number of sheets that were purchased. All right, the next problem says write an expression equivalent to 12G minus 3G plus 7 with exactly 2 terms. So first I would look and see how many terms are in the expression currently. And we have 1, 2, 3. So since there are 3 and I'm wanting 2, I would just look and see if there are any like terms that I can combine together. So I have a 12G and I have a minus 3G. So because that 3 has a minus in front of it, I'm subtracting these two. So 12G minus 3G would be 9G. And then I leave my plus 7. I now have an expression that is equivalent, that has two terms instead of three. And I did that by combining the like terms. This problem asks us which expressions are equivalent to 6a minus a plus 4b. So anytime you're wanting equivalent expressions, just make sure that you have simplified all of the expressions first. To simplify them, you look to see if any terms are alike and can be combined. In this case, we have 6a minus a. And because there is a minus, we are subtracting. 6 minus 1 would be 5, and that is 5a plus 4b. That is as simple as this can go. So then I would look and I'd say, okay, this expression has two terms. So if there are any expressions in my answer choices that don't have two terms, they're out. So this does not have two terms, that does not have two terms. So they are out. Then I would look and I would say, okay, if it does have two terms, then one term needs to have an A and the other term needs to have a B. If that's not the case, I can mark it out. C has a B but not an A, so that is not a choice here. D does have A and B and it has two terms, and then I need to look and say, okay, does A have a 5? Yes, it does. Does B have a 4? Yes, it does. So there is one of my equivalent expressions. Then I'm going to take a look at my other expressions that have more terms or more parts and see if I can simplify. Well, yes, I can go ahead and combine 6 minus 1. 6 minus 1 is 5, and that is being multiplied times a, so I would write it as 5a plus 4b. And then I would simplify my next one, and I would say, okay, 6 times 1 is 6, and that's 6a plus 4b. Then I can look and say, okay, are any of these the same as my expression here? And yes, E is equivalent. So again, just make sure when trying to decide if expressions are equivalent that you are first combining like terms. All right, next question. An athletic store receives an order for 8 blue jerseys, 12 pairs of blue shorts, 10 gold jerseys, and 5 pairs of gold shorts. Now, luckily, they have put this over in a table over here of information for us, so we don't have to rewrite that information in an organized way. They organized it for us. Each jersey weighs J ounces, and each pair of shorts weighs S ounces. They are packaged in a box that weighs 16 ounces when empty. Write an expression with exactly 3 terms for the total weight in ounces of the box. And it says show your work. So if I know that I have 8 blue shorts, or not blue shorts, 8 blue jerseys, and if I multiply that times the weight, that unknown weight, then that gives me the weight that I'm looking for, right? So that's jerseys, and then I have 10 gold jerseys. So 8 and 10 is 18. So I have 18 jerseys plus my shorts each weigh S. I have 12 blue shorts and I have 5 gold shorts. 12 plus 5 is 17. So I have 17S plus the 16 ounces that the box weighs empty. So that is how I have an expression with 1, 2, 3 terms that helps me find the weight of the box in ounces. All right, with this one, you want to decide if any of these expressions are equivalent. The first thing you have to do is simplify them. Anytime you see distributive property, this is distributive property, this is distributive property, this is distributive property, you have to get that taken care of when simplifying an expression to decide if they're equivalent. So I want to distribute the 3 to each term. 3 times x is 3x, plus 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2x. I do have like terms to combine here. I have a 3x and a plus 2x. It is addition there, so I'm combining them with addition. 5x plus 6. So now I want to perform distributive property here, then combine like terms, perform distributive property here, then combine like terms. Just remember, when you're combining like terms, it takes on the sign, the operation in front of the terms that you are combining together. So try simplifying these two, and then there are two that are equivalent, but try that out on your own piece of paper. And if you have questions, please ask. All right. In this problem, it says 2 groups of campers carry their water in reusable packs that come in 3 sizes. The table shows how many packs each group carries. So that's over here. A medium water pack holds 1 liter more than a small pack. A large pack holds 2 liters more than a small pack. Do the 2 groups carry the same amount of water? If not, which group carries more? Use W to represent the number of liters of water a small pack can hold. Show your work. So when we're looking at this, a small pack holds W. It's an unknown. A medium holds W plus 1. And then a large holds W plus 2. Sorry, that's written really sloppily, but it should say W plus 2. So for group 1, as far as the small, they have they have 1 W. So we would represent that with W. For the medium, they have 3 of this amount. So they have 3W plus 3. I'm going to clear this. That is too small for me to write on that. So I'm going to write this in the larger space here. I will leave the small as W, the medium is W, which is a small, plus 1 liter. And then the large is a W, which was a small amount, plus 2 liters. So as far as group 1 has 1 small pack, which was W, plus 3 of the medium amount. So that would be 3W plus 3, because they have 3 of each of those pieces, right? And then they have 2 of this amount, which would be 2 of each of those terms, right? So that would be 2W, and then 2 times 2 would be 4. Now, I have some like terms that I can combine here. I have a W plus 3W plus 2W. W plus 3W is 4W. So these two together would be 4W, plus 2 would be 6W. And then I have some constants here of plus 3 and plus 4. So that would be plus 7. So that is what group 1 is carrying with them, is 6W plus 7. That slash mark didn't mean for that to go there. All right, so that's group one. I'm going to clear this out so I have room to write. So group one has, write it over here. No, because I won't do any good. Group one has 6W plus 7. So group one was 6W plus 7. So we're going to see if group two winds up being the same. So in group two, they have 2 of the small, which is W. So they have 2W. The medium was W plus 1, and they have 1 medium pack. So they have 1 W and 1 liter more. And then for the large, they had 3. So that was W plus 2. Well, 3 times W is 3W plus 3 times 2 is 6. So then we go back and we combine like terms. We have 2W plus W plus 3W. 2 plus 1 is 3, plus 3 more is 6, so that's 6W. And then I have a plus 1 and a plus 6 that do not have variables attached, so that is plus 7. If the expressions are equivalent, then yes, they are carrying the same amount of water. And in this case, they are equivalent, so they are carrying the same amount of water. All right, number 8 says which expressions are equivalent to 8a minus 6. Select all that apply. So remember to first simplify the expressions. Make sure all like terms are combined. Remember, anytime you see distributive property, always take care of that. All right. And then see if like terms can be combined to see if any of these are equivalent. And it says which expressions. So we are going to be selecting more than one. I do want you to try that one on your own. And then if you have questions, just let me know. And then the last problem here are the expressions 3 times x plus y plus 2y plus 10 and x plus 5y plus 2 times x plus 5 equivalent. So what you want to do is you want to write each expression separately. And simplify. Remember to take care of distributive property first. And then your other expression plus 2 times x plus 5. All right, so again, take care of distributive property first. And then simplify by combining like terms for each of these. And then if they all have the same terms, same values, same operations, same addition, subtraction, then they are equivalent. So you're going to simplify them and then write yes if they're equivalent or no if they are not. Again, this is one I would like for you to try on your own. And if you have any questions, just message me and let me know.